Hi guys, and welcome to another video. So in this video we have a couple of things to discuss, one being a contract extension for Aji Alese. So we've got a positive. It isn't all doom and gloom at the moment. However, I will discuss my thoughts on it, but before I do go into that, we will have a look at the club statement that was released earlier today. So it states, Sunderland AFC is delighted to announce that Aji Alese has signed a new long-term contract at the Stadium of Light. The defender's previous deal was due to expire in June 2025 and he has recommitted his future to the club until summer 2027. Since moving to Wearside from West Ham United 20 months ago, Alese has made 27 appearances in red and white across all competitions. The 23-year-old has endured a challenging 2023-24 season due to injury, but he's expected to make his comeback on Friday when the club's under-21s host Leicester City. Alese said, I'm really pleased to sign a new contract at this club. I've had some great experiences so far here and some which I can grow and improve from moving forward. From the moment I joined, I felt the warmth of the supporters and I can't wait to get back out there playing in front of them. Christian Speakman added, we are really pleased to extend Aji's contract. He's performed at a high level for us and demonstrated the potential to develop further, so we see him as an important member of our squad. It's been a difficult 12 months for him due to injury, but his return to action is imminent and his personality has ensured that he has contributed to the group throughout his rehabilitation. We have high hopes for Aji and his ambition matches our own, so we are delighted to secure his long-term future. Now, of course, on the surface for me, I think this is a fantastic piece of business. Aji Alese, from what we have seen, I think he has a lot of potential. He's very, very decent. He's probably one of our better defenders, one of our more reliable defenders. When we have seen him, we've utilised him at left back. We used him in the sort of left of a back three in the past. But like pretty much every other Sunderland fan when I've seen on social media when this news did come out, he's very injury prone. He's been here for 20 months and played 27 games, which it isn't great reading. It doesn't make for great reading. And I think that's the only thing that's really held me back from getting overly excited, because I know there's a cracking player in there, but like Serkin's a fantastic player. We never see him. Huggins has had two massive injuries since we had him, and he isn't improved. It's just another long contract for another injury-prone player, and I don't mean to put a total dampener on that, because I'm hoping that this is him past his injuries, and he is going to get game time in the under-21s and continue his rehabilitation. And as it alludes to in the statement there, his attitude and his personality alone really helps the lads. And of course, with this young group, you need to have a big personality. It's good to be able to be on the same wavelength and gel with everyone else. So it is a really positive piece of news. I'm just hoping he is past his injuries, because otherwise it's just another one that we're going to have to keep on trying to replace, because every window we seem to be scrambling for almost a short-term replacement for these long-term players like Alese, Serkin, Huggins. We're trying to grab players in last minute like Yelder and stuff, which, you know, he's been thrown in the deep end. He's a young lad as well who had, you know, not a huge amount of experience before thrown in there to plug the gaps from injuries. And we're signing and giving contracts to players that are already long-term injured or are very injury-prone. And again, it sounds like I'm making a massive negative out of this. A fully fit Aji Alese is a really, really decent player and has plenty of potential. And I'm very, very excited to see where he gets to in the future in terms of his potential in the future. So yeah, I'm really, really pleased with that. What do you guys think in the comments? Let me know down below. I think a lot of people are very much like me. I don't know whether it's just a Sunderland fan in me, a bit of a pessimist, and you're always very unsure and questioning things. And you know, when someone is out for so long, you do start to question the thought process behind it. But we know that Aji is a very, very good player, and from what we've seen in clips and bits and pieces, he does seem like he has the personality to boot and the attitude to boot. So it could only really be viewed as a positive. Now, another little thing I'm going to add on to this video, as well as the update of Aji Alese signing a new deal, is there's been a little bit more drama or gossip, if you will, around the rumour mill with Jacques Clarke. So, of course, I made a video, I think it was a month or two ago, about Ian Hart, his agent. But Ian Hart has broke his silence since that last podcast. And he's essentially said, I won't get the actual quote up for you, I can't find it anymore, but it was essentially along the lines of, he's basically said that, you know, Clarke has been happy playing football, but apparently prior to his injury, he did actually hit some kind of milestone with the club, where the club are basically, they have to offer him a new deal, something along those lines. However, Hart and Clarke both together believe that the deal that's been so set in stone that was due to be triggered to give him just doesn't meet his value at all, if that makes sense. So I'm presuming that this new deal was already agreed to prior, but then they didn't realise how good Clarke was going to be and how good he was going to turn out, and now they deem this deal that was set in stone to be just nowhere near good enough, and he's going to find better deals from Premier League oppositions. However, if it is just simply a case of, right, I really want to be here, I'm enjoying my football, I want to try and see how far I can get with Sunderland, I'll sign a new deal if you just up their wages a bit, then we need to just break that sort of contract if, like Hart has alluded to, if there is just a set deal that has to be offered after X amount of time or games or whatever the trigger was, that needs to be upped. If there's an opportunity and there's a chance for us to keep someone of the quality of Jack Clarke, then we absolutely, for me, need to go for it. No questions asked, even if it is add an extra 20 odd K or whatever it is. But at the end of the day, we don't have the funds that other teams do with the West Ham, Lazio. We can't compete with that. We simply can't. So I believe to a degree, I know a lot of people, particularly with how things are going on the pitch at the moment, it's easy to just believe everyone who says anything negative about the club. I don't fully trust Ian Hart. I don't trust him as far as I could throw him. So a lot of what he said could easily be bullshit. It could literally just be a case of we don't want to even entertain Sunderland because I know that there's Premier League looking for him, and we know what a rat that man can be, or at least he has rat-like behaviours, if that makes sense. He hasn't looked in the best interest of Jack Clarke at the best of times. So take everything he says with a massive grain of salt or a pinch of salt. So it's an interesting one. I thought I'd just bring it to your guys' attention. But also what I did speak about in a previous video is essentially with this model, which again, everyone has the qualms with it. I have my own qualms with it. It is almost like buy cheap at the beginning of a business, sell high, and then build more further into it. And I've seen a lot of people also have not also, because it's not necessarily the way I'm looking, because I would like to, if the opportunity is to keep Jack Clarke, I keep Jack Clarke every time, absolutely every time. However, a lot of other people have made the good point that without Jack Clarke, that the income that Jack Clarke will bring in, if we were to sell him, if we did sell him for 25, 30 million or whatever it is going to be, and then of course percentage is taken off, that money could maybe be better spent if spread across the team, which again, I do agree with, but I just think you can't replace Jack Clarke, not even nearly. If there is an opportunity to keep Jack Clarke at Sunderland, for at least another couple of seasons and give him another opportunity to maybe try and get us up to the Premier League, which I don't think we're going to be back in the Premier League in the next couple of years, I'll be totally honest with you. But, to keep him around for a little while longer, I'd take it. But I can also understand the stance of maybe, 20 odd million could go a hell of a long way this summer, a hell of a long way. And plus whatever they intend on investing in the summer, regardless of Jack Clarke or the potential Jack Clarke's sale potentially. But either way, yes, there's just a couple of things there to discuss. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. But if you're happy that Aji Alese has signed a new deal, hit the like button for me, and if you've enjoyed, subscribe if you are new. But for now, take care, stay jammy.